Welcome,
right.
chat. It's me, Daddy Rosa. Rosa
Daddy
Dazzle.
Rosa.
Have you been doing your homework?
Daddy.
No, no.
It's 7 p.m. Your homework gonna be done. I'm here with my co-host, Arka, who's a little on the taller side right now.
That's right.
Let me see if I can fix that a little bit. A little bit too tall for comfort.
Too tall, bro.
You got too big.
His horns are getting a little cut off there.
You zoom out just a little bit. From where you are right now.
You want me to move down a little bit?
Just a little bit. There you go.
Okay, let's go.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
Yeah,
What?
there you go. There you are, fucking boy. Oh boy, Arka.
What?
Oh.
It's your boy.
But, and of course, we have with us the one, the only, Devon.
Yeah.
So probably you say hi.
Hello. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never been on another person's stream before. Don't judge me.
I just be
You are
back.
being judged.
Rosa, I suppose if you can't catch the gilf, you become the gilf, yes. I'm now a grandpa you'd like to fuck. True age reveal. I haven't shaved in 13,000 years. But using
That's all you get in that time?
Huh?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you get for
That's-
facial hair in that time?
That's all I
Underwhelming.
get. That's all I get. Everyone's always talking about no shave November. Nah. Try no shave the last 13,000 millennia. That's where the real fucking struggle's at. It's small, but it's in my skin. I can't get it out. Ah!
There you go.
It's like a bunch of tiny scales instead of facial hair. It's little scales.
Yeah, just tiny little fucking scales just embedded into my fucking skin. Oh fuck. Oy. Well, since we have Devon on, right? First thing first is I want to make sure that everyone gets to know Devon. Everyone gets to properly know Devon and why we know Devon. Okay? This is very, very
Yeah.
important lore. Cause it was on this faithful day, on March 30th, COATL's birthday stream, that we all got the chance to meet Devon. And my god, is that a treasure. I saved so much money on razors with that growth rate. Oh man. But in any case, without further ado, let me go full screen here so you guys can see the whole fucking thing. This is the stream. Are you guys headphone warning? Co's fucking loud.
Very.
Ooh.
But I think we already knew that.
That's not a movie.
It's a movie. It could be anything
It's
you
an
want it to be.
experience,
It's
Jazz.
an experience!
Fuck out of here.
Devon?
Who the fuck is Devon?
Who the fuck is Devon? Who the fuck is Devon?
I fucking love Sylvia. Bless her heart.
Who the fuck is Devon?
I didn't even end up winning. I feel robbed. I didn't even end up winning. I feel robbed.
Well, yeah, because I came up with Cowabunga. How fucking genius is that?
It's something a 13,000-year-old man would think of.
Hey!
Yeah, I knew it!
Oh my god.
It's like all moved on. Coa's still fucking reeling about
That is
Devon.
so funny. Devon!
God damn.
You'd think she'd run out of oxygen at some point. Dear God.
No,
She's just screaming.
she's amazing. But naturally, all of us had to go on Twitter, and while the rest of us, Devon, you can tell us from your perspective. How did this go from your perspective? I'm curious.
So, I work from home, so I spend a lot of my free time on Twitter, follow a lot of VTubers, all sorts of stuff. One day, I sign on and I get a bunch of, these are recommended for you. And I have no idea what to expect, it's the usual stuff. And all I see is, who's Devon? The fuck's Devon? Who's Devon? And after the third or fourth post I saw about it, I clicked on one and said, you rang, and it turned out to be Rosa. And now, I'm here.
Just like that. Oh man. So So Devon responded with "you rang," and I was like, "Oh my fucking god, I found him! I found the one!" And I proceeded to tell all the other girls about it. And I was like, "Guys, I found Devon. He's real. He exists."
Real.
It's sad because my name is super common. So, like, that's why I'm like, why was I the first Devon to say anything? I'm sure there's plenty of others out there with the same spelling.
Well, yeah, but they're not Devon. Like, you're the Devon. You're the Devon.
great.
It's not the same. But, just so happens it to be that I start talking to Devon, and turns out Devon's a cool-ass motherfucker. So, now
Yeah.
he's on the show.
Matter of opinion.
Hell yeah. And
Hell
for the
yeah.
rest of the show, we're gonna do something different today. So the last couple times that we did this, we were doing like articles and stuff, which is really, really cool. Like, learned a lot of interesting information. Like bees are fish. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And also there's slightly sweaty robots incoming.
Yep.
I'm
God,
quite
that was
hyped.
weird.
But I've come to the realization that like me and Arka are like very just kind of like not opinionated about that stuff. It's like, wow, cool science, nice.
Whoa, okay, cool.
So I don't know if that's the kind of content we should be making, because it's like we're just kind of too chill about that. So let's go find something else that's more enticing. And so we
Divisive.
decided we're gonna hop onto the not this one. I was on here for fun, but we're gonna hop onto the r/am I the asshole, and we're gonna go through a couple of these posts because some of these are fucking gold.
Hell yeah.
Shall we begin? Actually, hold on. Let me. How do we wanna do the top rated for this week?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, let's do that.
Bet. All right.
Oh.
Let's see.
I cannot see any of that.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna zoom in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna zoom in more actually.
Zoom and enhance.
Oh, that's Arka. Oh no, I don't want to touch Arka. I mean, I do, but not like that.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Oh. Alright, this will be word soup for you guys, because it's just a bunch of little words. But the really important thing is,
Squeak,
can you guys?
squeak, squeak.
Yeah.
Yo,
Ooh.
TMO6, are you winning, Dad? Thank you. I've been waiting for that my whole life. Thank you for rejoining the associates. Been a member for 4 months. Holy shit! Enjoy your silver hammer. I actually had the silver hammer for a while. Next is, I think, gold. Gold comes soon.
Nice.
Okay. Can you guys read this? Can you guys read this? You guys are good?
I can read it fine.
Okay. So, title says, "Am I the asshole for making my SIL?" What is this?
Sister-in-law.
My sister-in-law
Yeah.
feel like shit about her. Wait.
Wow, just starting with that alone, that's a heavy topic.
Hmm. So let's see. Fickle Life here is 35 female, and her sister-in-law is 46 female. She has 3 children, oldest being 16 male. For her birthday last week, her son went out and bought her a swinging hammock chair that I've been wanting for 2 years, and it cost him quite a bit of his saved money, which I fully intend to put back into his bank account so he can continue saving. He was so excited to see me open this gift and couldn't wait to help me set it up. I told him he shouldn't have, and it was a lot of money, and his response was, "You never get anything nice. I wanted you to have it." And it was true. Usually don't get anything for my birthday or Christmases outside of Tupperware or soaps. That's kind of sad. So it might sound stupid, but I have cherished this swing ever since he got it for me, especially where I finally have something nice that's mine.
I already know where this is going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. My sister-in-law comes over once a week to see us all, and she immediately heads straight for my swing, which my son hooked up on our deck. I told her to please not sit on it, and she said, "Is there a weight limit?" So I told her yes, 250 pounds. I even showed her the box to confirm it. She was not upset about this, she just said that's a bummer. They need to make something capable of holding us big girls. I'm capable.
Hey.
Saying.
Rosa.
Sorry. I simply
Yeah.
agreed with her and went about my business. At this point, my husband shows up from work. When I went inside to grab us drinks, her and my husband are talking on the porch, and not even 5 minutes later, I hear a loud crash. My husband says, "Fuck, are you alright?" I go out, and sure enough, she had sat on my swing at the crochet netting and the crochet netting around the hook snapped on one side, causing her to fall right on her ass. She's sitting there laughing, gets up and says, I guess I need to learn to listen. So I lost it. And I said, as I said above, I literally never get anything nice, never. This is the one thing that I had that was mine, and it didn't even take someone a freaking week before they ruined it for me. So I said, I literally just fucking told you not 20 minutes ago that it would not hold you and to please not fucking sit in it. She makes some comment about usually the weight limit is a lie. I thought it would hold. So I said the weight limit probably would have held if you were only 50 pounds heavier than it, not 150. She's 420-ish. Because she is one of those girls who eat food on camera for money, and she absolutely loves her weight. Hey, I eat food on camera for money. Anyway, but regardless, instead of apologizing or offering to compensate me for my destroyed item, she has resorted to saying I'm a shitbag for making her feel like her weight is a problem, and my husband is on her side. It's just a fucking swing. Am I the asshole?
So this is, like I said, these topics are very divisive because in some regard,
this is an unhealthy amount of weight, and I don't care what you
exactly. I agree with that, and that's just it. But when I say it's divisive, I mean some people are health conscious about that stuff.
Yeah.
I would say there's two. I have two sides. For the one thing, like she should apologize first. Like sorry, I broke your shit.
Yeah.
Cool. I think her comment, like, oh, if you're only 50 heavier and not 150 is kind of like whatever. Maybe she didn't have to say it like that. So I get why she might have like her feelings hurt or whatever.
Yeah.
But she should pay for it or like say sorry.
She didn't even apologize. She's just like, oh, I'm just such a goof. I'm like, you just broke like a several $100 swing.
I'm quirky.
I'm quirky and fat. That's my entire personality because I'm a mukbanger on the internet. And that is such a horrible mindset.
Yeah, that's like, this isn't healthy.
However, in this story, I actually am gonna say not the asshole. Because it wasn't even a week, it was something brand new, and it's already ruined.
Already ruined, and she's throwing a fit about it as well. Like, fucking...
Yeah.
Like... No.
Yeah.
That's a significant amount of weight. That's a, like... And it's not even about like, oh man, she's fat, how dare she? No, it's more of like, bro, you were literally fucking told. This is the limit. 250. 250. She's 170 pounds more. No. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I as a person who gets angry in a heat of the moment kind of moment, I can. This kind of response is not super outlandish. Yeah,
this is not outlandish. She didn't call her like a whale or anything like that. She didn't go out of her fucking way to like offend her. She just said, "Bro, like, no, this is the number. This is the math. Like, what the fuck are you on? Right?
Yep.
Like, no. And again, like, this is one of those things where, like, I have nothing wrong against big girls. Big girls are fine. By the way, I cannot handle this. My comment from before, I can't handle this. This is too much. This is an unhealthy amount of weight.
Yep.
And you should find another job. Because that is bad for your health. That is
I would say
concern, genuine.
I'm almost 200 pounds, and that woman is twice as large as I am.
That is... oh. But anyway, yeah, I think we all agree, not the asshole?
Not the asshole.
Not
Arka?
the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, let's go back. Let's see what else we can find.
That one, I like that they show you the vote of what people believe right there by the title.
Oh yeah, how much?
Oh, do they?
Oh no, okay, they said
right there.
that.
It says not the a-hole right there. The big blue bubble, Rosa.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I'm
stupid.
Literally stamp you on the forehead. Well, that's because they're the top ones. The ones that get the most traction are the not the a-hole ones, because you get a lot more sympathy out of it.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay,
I just realized, is simp short for sympathy?
Yes. It is. It is actually the original derogatory term comes from people who think that sympathetic personalities are actually negative, but it turned into a much more negative term on the internet.
Wow. That's
Hi, I'm a walking dictionary of dumb information.
I just pieced all that together now. Thank you. Okay. What's next? Let's see. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my future husband lie about the house he and I purchased during his groom speech?
What
sounds uninteresting. Do you guys want to read this?
Yeah.
Let's try it out.
You guys want to read it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Arka, you want to read this?
All right. My fiance, 37M, and I, 33F, got engaged a few months ago. We're getting married soon, and invitations were already sent out. Right now, we're focusing on much smaller details. We've also been busy moving into our new home that we purchased together, 30% of his savings plus 70% of mine. I have to say that saving up for this house took most of my savings and prevented me from enjoying the things I love spending money on. Okay, so I think I see where this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my fiance sat me down yesterday to talk about his groom speech. He talked about a few points, but what made me upset was when he asked if I would be okay if he mentions the house we bought and say that he was the one who bought it. So instead of saying they bought it together, and she paid for most of it. She paid for 70%.
Yeah.
But he wants to say that, hey, I bought this house. So that's weird. Okay, yeah. So I was a bit taken aback, and I asked why, and he said it's just a confidence boost during the speech, and that's it. Okay. I said I didn't feel comfortable with the idea because I think that it's unfair not to acknowledge the fact that I'd sacrificed so much to be able to buy the house. I reminded him of how much I contributed, but he said that doesn't change that. It's our house, so it shouldn't matter to me if he said he bought it himself or we both did. I refused because then people will always think the house was bought by him, which is something that will never change no matter how hard I try to prove that I contributed 70%. He got mad at me and said that I was really overthinking this whole thing and making a big deal out of it. We got into an argument and he started yelling, saying it's just one favor he's asking me to do, and yet I'm making this ridiculous small request my hill to die on. He's basically sulking, and now he's out and refusing to answer my calls, so basically he started the silent treatment until I cave in. Am I the asshole for making this my hill to die on? Yeah.
Honey, find a new husband. How'd you get this far?
I'm just
How'd
like-
you get this far?
I don't understand that. If you need that much of an ego trip in your relationship, there's clearly something unhealthy underlying there. The other thing that does bring up is if he needs that much of an ego boost, what's their overall relationship like? Because you gotta kind of understand. Now, in this situation, without any extra context, definitely not the a-hole. But to be honest, I don't understand where that ego boost need comes from for the guy.
So
Like, why does he need that?
She does that in edit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but this doesn't really like.
That still doesn't account for that. I mean, like, sure he can, but he just...
He wants to flex on his family because they're financially unstable, and he wants them to feel like he's got his shit together.
Yeah. And he still
That's
doesn't.
not really it. That's not really
He still
how it
doesn't. He wants to lie to them, and that doesn't make it better.
I don't know how you can feel confident lying about it because you know you're
Exactly.
lying. How does that even boost your confidence? If you actually did it, you'd be like, oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Just even with context, I still say not the asshole because
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
he's right in wanting her credit for actually paying for
Yeah.
most of the house. Like if he did 50-50, you know, or if he did like 60, if you pay for most of it, yeah, sure, you know,
Yeah.
then it's like more reasonable. But he paid for less of it, and he's just like, hey, can I take the credit for all of it?
Like,
Not even thinking that should help.
at least try to like be like, hey, like, is it okay like if I say like, you know, like we did 50-50, blah blah. I don't
Yeah.
want to like, you know, whatever, like machismo. I get it. I come from like a Hispanic
Like,
background. so I
if
get
he
it.
wants to be like he wants to
But,
be equal,
like-
like 50-50, that's fine.
Yeah,
sure.
but like, don't say you fucking bought the whole thing. Also, like, I think people like don't realize like how much of like, how do I put this? How nice it is to be able to say that you and your partner did something together. I feel like
Yeah.
people don't really like value that enough. Like,
So many
You're a
people think
fucking
they have
team.
to stand on their own.
yeah, like you're a fucking team, you know? Like
Yep.
that's something that like I feel like a lot of people don't really and like, and I use the term partner loosely, like whether it's like, you know, like your significant other or like someone that you're like moving in with or like, you know, whatever, someone that you're sharing a space with, right? Someone that
Yep.
you're going halvesies on a fucking house with, right? Like they're your partner. And whatever the case scenario is, and to be able to say that you worked on something together and it is coming to fruition is really fucking nice. And I think people don't fucking like appreciate that enough. Especially when they're fucking doing 70% of it. You fuck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, honey, find yourself a new husband.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Like, he's giving the silent treatment. He's really being immature about it. So
Yeah.
like that's already a good enough warning to not go through with it.
Am I the asshole who told my husband he should be ashamed of himself and he would be incredibly lucky if his oldest daughter ever speaks to him again? Oh boy.
Oh,
That one just sounds. The fact
It
that it's
sounds
not
like
the
it's gonna
a-hole
get deep.
tells me there's something wrong here.
Yeah, this sounds like it's going deep. Do you want to read this? You guys want to move on?
Let's go in deep.
Let's do it.
All right.
Alright, Devon,
We want. Okay. Comfy. Okay. I married my husband 3 years ago. He was divorced and previously widowered. Wouldn't it be
Widower?
widowed? Either way, widowered. Because widowered would be that
He became
they
a
died.
widower.
No,
Yeah.
that's
So-
widowed then. that's
Well, no.
that-
From what I understand, well, widow is like the
Widow is the
female
woman.
term, and then widower
Yeah.
is the male term.
Yeah, so he
Okay.
became widower.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's yeah. Either way. He has 2 daughters, Annie, who is now 26, I believe, from his first marriage, and Amy, who is 17 from his second. My husband told me about his late wife, his ex-wife, the issues he had as a blended family when he remarried, and Annie was not on board with him remarrying, and the fact this strain ended his second marriage. He was also honest that Annie never forgave him for remarrying and never wanted anything to do with Amy or him after she turned 18. What he did not tell me was a major role he played in all of this. I found this out 3 weeks ago at a dinner with his extended family. Oh, well, now we're getting to the meat. The story as I know it.
Cheese mate. Let's go.
The story as I now know it. When Amy was around 5 years old, she took a special interest in a necklace that belonged to his late wife. My husband gave the necklace to Amy, which upset Annie because all her mother's possessions were meant to go to her. My husband told Annie that it was just one item and she needed to get over it because Amy was entitled to have something too. Annie had brought up that it was the piece her mother wore the most. My husband told her that it was a special gift to give to her sister, that she was being selfish. His ex-wife told her that her mother would want someone as special as your sister to have a piece of her as well. Annie never got over it. She tried to take it from Amy and was punished. The last time she saw any of them, she told them all to go to fucking hell. Amy still has the necklace too. She has let it get into a bad way and talks about it as if her dad bought it for her. I was shocked. I never would have expected my husband to be that way. He was very unapologetic about it and told me Annie would have to get over it someday. I told him he should be ashamed of himself and that he should have allowed Annie's mother's possessions to be hers, to do with as she chose. That Amy did not give a crap about his late wife or the significance of those items, but Annie would have. I told him he will be incredibly lucky if his daughter ever speaks to him again, and I would not blame her if she never did. He was furious I judged him. His family said I should take my husband's side over his daughter's, who I don't even know, except for the nephew and niece who told the whole story, because they also think my husband did a fucked up thing. And not the a-hole in any way, shape, or form. I refer you to our previous statement, find a new husband.
This is a weird
That
one. So,
No, it's insanely rude.
I'll explain to you why it's a weird one.
Go ahead.
So, and this is coming from the perspective of someone who has, like, raised kids. So, this is where I'm kind of, like, sitting here. When Amy was around 5 years old, right? So, Amy's 17 now, as of when this is told.
Yep.
Annie is 26.
Yep.
That's 9 years older. That means that
Yep.
Annie at the time was 14.
Yep.
Your 5-year-old baby sis wants a necklace and you're gonna throw a fit over it?
Her mother's
I think
necklace.
That's the thing. It's her late mother's necklace, who she places a lot of importance on.
I know,
And
but like, I feel like
Something
part
that
of
means
that,
something to her.
I get that.
I guess
feel
one-
like a large part of this would have been avoided if, like, it's just teenage angst. Really what it is. So like,
But
it's just
I don't
one of
think
those
it
things where,
is.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a family where we get a lot of heirlooms when people pass in my family. It's a huge thing. I have a whole shelf full of old things from people that I've lost in my past. A lot of important people in my life. Some of that stuff has gone missing because I had an entitled sibling who liked to steal things and sell them. So,
fucked.
from a personal perspective, this is shitty. This is a
Yeah.
horrible thing for the father to do because he didn't even give her the choice. And it wasn't
is
even a
true.
backhanded way of doing it. It was her
was
mother.
forced,
Annie isn't
yeah.
even related to her. Think about
Yeah,
Amy isn't
That's
even
true.
related to her.
The fact
Yeah.
that it was
So-
forced
That's-
is kind of fucked.
That's
That's
what's
what I'm
messed up.
No, that's what
the
I'm saying is
conversation
like,
could have been had though. Like could have been had.
yeah, but Amy has no relation to this mom. She doesn't give a shit. And there's no like emotional value on it.
It was just
Amy?
pretty.
She just like, I want this, and she's 5 years old. If
She's
you don't
5.
give it to her, she's literally gonna forget it. Like a few years down the road, she's gonna forget about it.
That's true.
She might throw a fit, but she's fucking 5 years old. Like when she's 10, she's not gonna remember that shit. When she's 20, she's not gonna remember that shit. She's not gonna still ask. For
She
it.
doesn't even remember it now. She put the necklace in poor condition. She never wears it. They even exclaim she doesn't do anything with that necklace.
Yeah. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, like it's a little kid. Like the kid will get
Yeah.
over it.
Annie
There-
lost a physical object connected to her mother so that her younger sibling could ruin it.
I guess that's valid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, not the butthole. The dad, on the other hand,
The husband should actually probably care a little bit about his dead wife a little bit. Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I think part of that's the fact, like, from my perspective, is just like items are such a thing that's like so like whatever to me. Like,
They-
it's
yeah,
whatever.
so-
I don't care. Like I get it but I get it from the other's perspective. Like for me, I don't give a shit. Like whatever, an item's an item.
yeah.
But
Sadly, I'm an empath, so I apologize.
it's
So
okay,
I'm
it's okay.
I'm very
okay, this is
attached to
good.
sentimental things. Sentimental is
good.
very deep and meaningful.
You get different perspectives.
Yep.
but that's why I can understand their perspective. Like I
Yeah.
personally don't care about that stuff, but I get why Annie's upset about it because
Yeah.
it means a lot to her because that's the one
I've
thing
been
that
there.
her wore the most. So
Yep.
that's pretty important for her. And like Amy has nothing to do with it. She don't care. She's a little kid. Who cares? Like she's not gonna. She doesn't. It's not gonna matter to her as much.
I mean, she's still a little kid. She's still 17. That's weird, baby.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on to the next one. Wait, hold on. Mystery Bear says, wait, hold on. We have to choose the chat a little bit. She's the original agreement. She's too young to understand the importance of it. We get close to the grandfather's artwork stuff. Is important. To be honest, we're getting a very biased story. Was that necklace important to her before it was given to little sis?
Actually,
No.
To answer Bear, actually, that's a very good question for Bear. Actually, remember, this story was told by the cousins who witnessed the whole thing. This isn't something that she told in a one-sided story. This is something from the outside perspective of other people in that family.
Yeah. And they said that she was already upset that the dad was marrying someone else in the first place. So she already was
Yeah.
attached to the mother.
And to be honest, we don't know how long of a gap it was between the marriage. Did they say?
Yeah.
They didn't.
I don't know. So
Yeah,
she was
no,
still
they
upset.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know if this was something that was, like, did he give the daughter time to grieve her mother, or did he just move on?
Yeah. That's
So, yeah.
true.
And because we don't have her experience, just her cousin's perspective of the entire situation, we actually don't have that full story.
Mm.
You're good, Ray. You're good.
Yeah,
Don't push
yeah.
yourself.
Don't worry about it, homie. Oi. Wait, what's up? Just got here. Welcome, Blue Tech Man. Oi. Alright. Let's move on to the next one. Am I the asshole for weaponizing my femininity by crying? Because the teacher wouldn't stop another student harassing me.
Hmm.
Oh, this is a perfect story for Rosa to read.
Oh
I
boy.
mean, the female in the group.
Uh,
Oh boy.
this is
Alright.
this is a bit,
This is a chunky one.
oh boy. Considering whether I want to read this, yeah, fuck it. Okay. I didn't know that.
South America? Okay.
Also, I'm not in the USA, and this sounds fake to you. In America, things are really nice. Doo-doo-doo-doo. For the backstory, I, 15 female, lost my mom when I was 5. Dad raised me alone until last year when my second dad, whom I call Papa, moved to our home. We are a happy family of 4. Me, 2 dads, and a dog. Okay.
Sounds cute.
I'm not ashamed of my family, so I never hid it. I'm not really popular at school, so I just really told my friends, and it was all good. About 2 months ago, a boy I'll call Duncan 15 male. Found out. Duncan started simple with jokes like, wow, which one of them is the mom? Which I promptly told the teacher, Mr. Smith, who was like, he's just trying to understand. If you want people to understand, you have to be patient. Okay. Then it started to escalate with, enjoy your time here, it'll get worse when your sinner family goes to hell.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That escalated very quickly.
God damn! And again, I went to Mr. Smith, who again was, you can't be prejudiced with his religion. It's wrong in the Bible. He's just trying to understand.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's trying to understand. He's like, go die at XD. Lol.
Literally.
In my country, every class has one responsible teacher, so I couldn't go to another, by the way. I mean, examples of this paints the picture. 2 months of that, I realized if I wanted to stop, I had to do it for myself. When he started with his homophobic shit at the cafeteria, I started to remember the saddest thing I could. All movies where dog dies, all the sad romance stuffs, Mufasa's death, the fox in the house. Okay. It didn't take long for the waterworks to come. I started to bawl, ugly sobbing while basically screaming at him, asking why. He said I would go to hell, why he hated me and my dad's, making a huge scene. That's because I hate kids. I told you guys that.
Oh, yeah.
I have too many nieces and nephews to hate kids.
I raised 2 of them. Fuck. But Duncan started to stutter and plead, trying to make me go to class with him and talk to the teacher, wonder why. I just cried louder and flinched when he tried to pull me away. He was so huge that we ended up at the principal's office. Mrs. Yates listened to both sides, and she was pissed at Mr. Smith. She let me tell the whole story, even when Mr. Smith tried to interrupt me to defend Duncan.
Bias.
At the end, Duncan got 5 days suspension, and the principal told me to go directly to her if anything like that happens again. At the office, Mr. Smith stopped me and told me, I hope you're happy. You put a permanent mark on a good boy's record because you decide to weaponize your femininity instead of being a little understanding.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
Yikes.
This.
Okay, so, you think?
He's not a good boy. He was not.
No. So let me explain something. I don't have a problem with Duncan being a fucking shithead. Because he's raised that way by his parents.
Yep.
And that's, honestly, like, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, he's not trying to understand though. Talk should get hit, you know? It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just one of those things where, like, when he gets older and he's an adult and he has to deal with people by himself and has to make his own fucking decisions in his life, that's when he's gonna learn to grow and learn to understand people. Right? I'm not bothered by that. He's 15. I'm not bothered by her making a fucking crybaby scene over this either. She's also 15.
Because he wasn't stopping. Nobody was doing
I'm
it.
bothered by this. This is what bothers me. This is an adult human being making this statement.
Yep.
This is what bothers me.
Violently sexist, firstly.
He tried to make me apologize to Duncan, but I told him I would go right back to the principal's office if he did, and he dropped it. Then later, Duncan's friends started messaging me, accusing me of acting like Amber Heard, and ruining a boy's life just because I can.
Okay.
That's fucking funny. Man.
So punctual right now.
some reason drama. I didn't tell my parents yet because they're always afraid I'll suffer because they choose to love each other, and I'll not bring anything I can't handle to worry them.
Yep.
I don't feel like I'm wrong, but with Mr. Smith's warning and Duncan's friends, I'm starting to doubt. So, am I the
Duncan and his
asshole?
friends are assholes. It's just what it is. Bro.
Yeah, what to say. But
Sure, they're
now
15, but that's still
that
old
text
enough
at the
to-
top, she said
Again.
she did talk to her parents. So go back to that top. She said she did talk to them. I talked to my dad's today. Yeah.
I'll ask them to go to the principal with me. Comments here made me a little scared about how wrong this could go. How bad was the situation? We'll post an update. What the fuck are people
That's
calling
all we
me?
got. Yeah. Oh, that's
That's
well.
all
Go
right.
back to the principal and tell your dads. Yeah.
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 Because it
that's
could get
true.
worse. You don't know what those kids are gonna do.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because you're in an isolated area. They can,
it's
I'm
just
taking
you
from
and-
experience.
It's just you. There's all these like kids that are against you, and you know they're weird.
Yeah. It's definitely
Exactly.
it'd definitely be smart to like Yeah. This is fucked up. This is
Especially since it appears the students have a teacher who will back them up if they decide to corner and attack you.
yeah.
Yeah. And he'll be like,
That's
it's fine. They're just trying to understand. They beat you up. They were just trying to understand, bro.
They're just
They
trying
put you in the
to understand,
hospital. They're just trying to understand.
They're just trying to understand. It's okay.
Bro. Hi.
Hey.
I had teachers like that when I was in grade school. Yeah.
God.
But yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
kids should be taught, like if they do something wrong, you tell them, hey man, that's wrong. These guys are just getting away with it.
Yeah,
This is the
exactly.
prime example of the school system where it's
Right.
like, somebody's bullying me, that's too bad. You
It
punch the
is.
bully in the face, now
Yeah.
you're the bad guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. Smith, it's not her job to make him understand. It's also not her job to take the bullshit. It's your job to make him understand. You're a fucking teacher. That's what you
Yeah.
fucking do.
If he's going around bullying people, stop him from bullying people, bro. Like, that's still happening regardless. It's not that he's trying to understand. He's just being an asshole.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Alright. So we got next. Am I the asshole for showing my missing eye to the new teacher after he told me my bangs are disrespectful?
Bro.
shit.
Arka, you want this one? Arka, you want this one?
God,
shit.
what the fuck? Yo.
Oh, you Arka. This is the edgelord.
Okay.
The edgelord. This is a literal
I-
anime protagonist right here.
Literally, yeah. I had an accident when I was a baby and I lost my left eye. I don't have an eye socket I could put a fake eye in. It's just normal skin and some
Oh.
scars on a big patch of my face. They reconstructed my face with a later surgery this way. The right side and the bottom half of my face is completely normal. So they don't even have like an eye socket. It's just gone. Okay.
Yep.
So I have big side bangs that hide the left side of my face so I don't freak anyone out and I don't get weird looks. I've been going to the same school since I was 5, so the teachers and the kids know about it. We got a new teacher this week. He started by asking us to go around and introduce ourselves. When it got to me, he was rude and asked me, "Do your parents know you come to school looking like this? It's extremely disrespectful. Fix your bangs. I want to see your face." So I obeyed and tucked my bangs behind my ears, showing the left side of my face. He gasped, his face turned red. My classmates laughed, and he told me that I can let my bangs down. Later that day, my head teacher came to me to scold me. She told me I was wrong to shock the new teacher, and I should have just told him about it. Did I do
What?
anything wrong? I just obeyed his orders. It's not my fault he ended up not wanting to look at my face. Well, I mean, he asked. They just did it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's follow the update. I want to see how this ended before we completely vote, because they're not the a-hole, but I want to hear this update.
Yeah. My mom went in to talk to the head teacher. It turned out the new teacher made it sound like I was playing a prank on him, trying to deliberately shock him and make fun of him in front of the class. Well, that's not what was happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
3 of my classmates had to be called in to confirm my part of the story. The head teacher apologized, called it an unfortunate misunderstanding, and told us she would clear it up with the new teacher. I don't have to worry about it. I don't believe it was just a misunderstanding. It sounds like the new teacher deliberately lied. We can't do anything. Yeah, the teacher was like, I'm gonna make it up. Like, I'm gonna pretend I'm a victim here.
anyone else got horror stories of shitty teachers? Because I got a horrible one.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot of horror stories for shitty teachers because I'm the kind of person where like if a teacher's shitty, I'm worse, you know? So
Yeah.
like that's how
So-
I am. Like I'm very like yeah.
So I've had many horrible teachers in my life, but I've only ever had one that made me feel like this. So I had a teacher growing up. I'm not going to say names or anything, but leave it as is. She was my English teacher in my 7th grade, and me and my best friend had her class together. My childhood best friend and stuff, and we're hanging out and doing stuff, and the class is great. She's a psycho bitch. Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. She would berate people in class and stuff. And she carried it over to my sister later on when she had her 2 years later. But in my year there, at one point she took me and my best friend, brought us up to the front of the class because I had missed an assignment, he hadn't. She said, "Be more like him and less like him," in front of the entire class.
Wow.
And then the 2 years later portion, when I almost went back to the middle school to punch her in the face, my sister said, "Don't worry, I'm nothing like my brothers. My sister's the golden goose child. She does great. She missed one assignment out of the whole year." The teacher looked at her and goes, "I thought you were nothing like your brothers."
Wow.
And
little
made my
thing.
sister cry. One thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had a really small incident when my younger brothers were in school in their younger years where a teacher decided to be real shitty towards them for no reason. Because growing up, I was never the kind of person to take that kind of shit from anybody. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a shit. I like in my really really young years, like fuck, what was that, like 5th grade? I told off a fucking teacher because they were wrong about something, and they basically punished me for it. And then later on, I came back and I was like, "No, I need to understand that you're a fucking dumb bitch. I'm gonna sit down at your desk and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do the math for you."
Let me tell you how to do your job.
Yeah, basically. Like I don't care. I I really don't care. I've had the cops called on me before to come in and escort me out of the room. To which my response is, I've done nothing wrong. Am I under arrest? No. Okay, cool. Then you can't touch me. I'm gonna sit back down and get back on my phone now.
I love how much of a spitfire you are. You're great. Remind me to never get on your bad side.
This is your reminder. But so I had a teacher that had a bit of an issue with one of my younger brothers, and it got to the point where she was doing something like that, where she was basically berating him in front of the class. I found out about it, and so this was like when online schooling was like a thing. So this wasn't even that long ago. Online schooling was a thing, and so my brother opted for online schooling because he didn't want to, deal with her shit. And so it got to the point where she has such a problem with my brother that she pushes onto my mother. And I hear about this. I catch wind of this. She's on the phone with my mom, and I'm like, "What's going on?" I see my mom's like, "Oh, your younger brother missed this and that, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Give me the phone. What's the issue?" "Oh, this. Okay, cool. How do I fix it?" "Oh, you have to do this." "Okay, that's not working." "What do you mean it's not working?" I'm telling you it's not working." "Well, you're doing it wrong." "Okay, what do I do?" She tells me what to do. I do it. It doesn't work. So the issue wasn't my brother. The issue was a problem with his equipment, which the school gave him. And so she's telling me that I'm doing it wrong, and I'm like, "Well, I'm doing exactly what you're telling me, sweetie. You're a dumb bitch." Or, how are we gonna solve this here? And it got to the point where she felt the need to cry. Hey, yo, new sub. She asked me who I am. I was like, "This is me. Do you need me to show up?" Yeah. So I ended up going to the school and having a conversation with the principal, who was a principal, she was the vice principal when I was going to school. This is a very, very long time ago. So she's been there for quite a long time, and she knows me. And she knows how I am, and she knows the way that I deal with shit, and she also knows that I'm typically right. And so we had a conversation about it. This teacher was no longer my brother's teacher after a week. Yeah, that's how I deal with shit. I don't play. I don't fucking
Rosa is the definition of r/scorched earth. Not petty revenge, not pro revenge. Fuck you and your life. It's gone. Goodbye.
I don't fucking play. No. There's, she was making not only my brother, but my fucking mom feel like shit over. My mom doesn't know anything about fucking technology at all. And so my mom was just like, "I don't know, I'm doing it wrong." And she's telling me I'm doing it wrong. And I check and I'm like, "No, you're not doing anything wrong. She's wrong." So, yeah, fucking... That's great. Arka, do you have a good story?
Nope. Actually, I did. I just thought of one.
Boy.
Yeah. Let's see. There's actually multiple. Come to think of it, just shitty teachers and stuff. I remember one time we had a snowball fight. I was this is in Canada sometime. We're having a snowball fight, and everybody was participating, but a teacher just picked me out of everyone to blame for throwing a snowball. She's like, "Did you know that it's illegal?" I'm like, "Oh shit." I was fucking it was 6 years old, I don't know that shit. I'm like, "Huh?" Apparently it's illegal to throw snowballs, And she was trying to tell me that shit. She was trying to make me look bad to my mom. My mom's like, is there actually a law against throwing snowballs? And she was like, Yo, people are wild.
Did you know it's illegal to throw snowballs? She tells to the 6-year-old who... How the fuck would they know the law?
Yeah. And every other kid was doing it too. We're all doing it. And then she picked just me to blame for everything.
People are fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
I love it when
just get superiority complex.
I like when teachers pick out one person to just hate for the entire year. Every year I've seen teachers pick one student to just absolutely destroy for no reason.
It's just, dude, it's just a weird superiority fucking complex. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I've made a teacher cry before because of it. Cause if I can pin out what the fuck is wrong with you, I will tell you to your face what it is. And I don't give a fuck how it makes you feel if you're gonna be an asshole to me. Shit.
Yeah.
And so yeah, no, what the fuck? That's really what it is. Alright, let's see what we got next. Am I the asshole for telling my stepmom that she can use the missing child support payments to fund my part of my dad's gift?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
My favorite family. Why do I keep getting the family drama ones when I have to read? What the fuck? All right. Did you say sorry for the worded title of your first sentence and you typed me this fucking essay? Seriously? All right. Here we go. My 18-year-old dad left my mom when I was 6. Not because of my stepmom for... Wait, hang on.
Your dad is currently 18 years old?
And you're 6? Oh, no.
They're 18. The guy.
Oh,
okay.
18-year-old male. Okay, so this, you see why they need to learn how to put this in. There we go. I, 18-year-old male, my father left my mom when I was 6. Not because of my stepmom. 4 years ago, he met and married my stepmom, Ada. She had 3 kids from a previous marriage. This is horribly put together. That my dad loved to parent instead of me. After they got together, I saw him at best 7 to 8 times every year because they moved 5 hours away. A year later, he had a change of... You keep doing that with your mouse, I'm going to lose my mind. A change of heart and demanded his 50-50 custody, which made me miserable. He built a room for me at his new house, tried to fill the missing years with new gifts, even planned... Well, I can't word. Planned a big birthday party for my 12th birthday at 13. I stopped going to his place. Wait, this is what I mean by the punctuation spacing?
Yeah.
12th birthday and then they left a year later? Yeah.
Hold on. This is so fucking, like, real for me. So my relationship with my dad was not fucking great in the early years. So I feel this on a very real level.
And he had a change of heart. He's like, wait, you know what? Never mind.
I suddenly want you in my life.
It wasn't quite like this, but like trying to fill like missing years with new gifts. Like this
Ugh,
is very
I hate that.
Like this is
I
how
hate that.
my relationship with my dad always was for a very, very long time.
That's not surprising.
Me and my dad only made up and started like actually conversing and like spending time together. Well, I say spending time, we don't really have time anymore, but like having conversations when we get to spend time together. Like this year. Like literally this year. Think about how long that is. But anyway. Hang on.
Alright. For me, he wasn't my dad. After he left, Mom's brother, who was only 25 at the time, took me in as one of his boys. Mom and I moved back to my grandparents' place, and my uncle lived next door. He already had a kid, and he was always there for me. He's my father until my aunt is like a... I can't word. Well, my aunt's my second mother for me, and my cousin is like a brother I never had. When I stopped going to my biological dad's, my mom had to get a second job, so I used to sleep at my uncle's pretty much every day. I didn't understand why until last year when my grandma told me my dad had stopped paying child support out of spite, and my mom didn't have the money to take him to court. Ever since I turned 15, Father's Day is about my uncle for me. My cousin and I make him breakfast and plan a fun day. I can't. Plan a fun day with him with a small gift. Now that I'm 18, my stepmom sent me a Facebook message saying that I'm old enough to give my part for my biological dad's gift. This year, his stepkids want to give him a car, and I should put 10%, which is like $1,800 to $2,100. Wow. I just sent her a LOL meme and said she could use my missing child support to cover it. She blocked me, and later on, one of her kids sent me an asshole message.
Okay.
No. Rosa, you speak from personal experience. Are they the butthole?
Oh my god, this is so... I love this, the lol meme.
God.
Are you fucking serious? Hey, we could use the child support that we were supposed to be giving you for years to pay for it. Yeah, sure, go for it. I don't give a fuck, I'm not getting it anyway.
I haven't talked to you guys in 5 years. Sure, you can use the money you owe me.
Yeah.
Go for it, why not? Just get
Fucking
the fuck out of my
Christ.
life, stop fucking talking to me.
This is such a
doing
one-sided
fine
story.
without
No
you.
debating.
Literally, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
There's no other way you can really play it. They're like, hey, can you give us like 2,000 for this random car we want to get your... It's like, come on, bro.
look at your dad a fucking car for it. You what?
Your father abandoned you, and we'd like you to give him a car.
Like, hello?
Wow.
Yeah.
Who the fuck gets someone a car for Father's Day?
The spoiled brats, apparently.
What the fuck?
Jesus
10%.
Christ.
Okay, now.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a short and sweet consensus
That
and
was,
very little
yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. That one was pretty easy. Like, come on.
just with the Airbnb, absolute Chad, just withdraw from the deadbeat dad fund.
Draw from the deadbeat dad fund.
Yeah, for real.
When he gets back with
Fucking
milk, he
hell.
can use the money he spent on that.
God. What the fuck? That was fucking great. That was a great read.
Oh god. Painful.
Okay.
Alright.
Am the asshole for announcing the reason why I didn't invite my brother to my wedding and exposing him to the entire family?
Yeah.
They say not the a-hole, but let's hear that reason.
I, male 30, got married 2 weeks ago. Congratulations, bro. I was married before, but it ended after I found out that my older brother, Thomas, male 34, got involved with my first wife.
Yeah.
That it?
Fucked, bro.
What, is that the reason?
Yeah.
We were close and had a great relationship. I also helped him so much while he was struggling, and seeing how he repaid me hurts this very day. Yeah, I would fucking disown my older brother for that too. I would also, like, what the fuck is wrong with your wife?
Honestly. Is he the more attractive of the two? Let's be honest.
I stopped talking to him and mom and dad. Forced me to keep it a secret because I was too weak to argue with them. I just kept my own distance. Then I met my now wife. My family loved and embraced her as their own. My mom and dad treated her like a queen, which helped repair and solidify my relationship with them. However, as the wedding was approaching, they told me they expected me to invite Thomas. I, of course, refused, but they kept guilting me about what the relatives and other guests would think and say when they don't see Thomas there. I fought with them about until the day of the wedding. Turned out they'd invited him behind my back, but I found out and stopped them in time. They came to the wedding looking pissed, asking what we were going to tell people when they asked about Thomas. I told them I'd take care of it. And what I did was take a moment while everyone was paying attention, grabbed the mic, and flat out announced this and said, the reason I didn't invite Thomas to my wedding is because I was worried he'd steal my now wife just like he stole the first one.
No.
Bro, get the megaphone.
No, damn. Holy shit.
Oof. I said it playfully to not make it sound so tense, but most of the guests looked shocked and started mumbling. Then it went awkwardly quiet for a moment. Then we moved on, but I saw mom and dad walk out while looking at me grudgingly.
Yeah.
Later they started lashing out about how I just exposed Thomas and caused him to be shunned by the family in the most hideous of ways. He fucking deserves it.
Yeah, he fucking deserves it.
I told them that I already said I didn't want him there, yet they tried to push him on me repeatedly saying, what are people going to say? So I told them the reason why he wasn't there in a playful way, but they, the guests, took the message. Mom started yelling about everyone and I looked down on and shunned Thomas, as they fucking should. She called me pathetic and cruel for still punishing him and gradually ruining his life despite him apologizing and trying to reconcile. But in my opinion, some things are just unforgivable.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I have some opinions on this, you know?
You go first.
Because like, look, you're like, it's still his action. They're like, oh man, you made him look bad, but technically he's the one who went ahead and did that shit in the first one. So it's just people reacting to his actions. And the other thing is like, they weren't gonna say anything, but the parents were like, what are people gonna say? Why don't you invite Thomas? Hello, can you, like, why didn't you? They kept asking. If you didn't ask, they would have just skipped it. They would have not talked about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Having a shitty older brother myself, I kind of relate to this.
We've been on horrible terms since then. Am I the asshole? My wife said at least now they're off my back about what people would say about not inviting him.
Honestly,
Your
I
wife's
like the
a
wife.
keeper.
She's a trooper. She just took that in stride.
Fuck yeah. Love your wife.
God.
You know what? You are in better hands, sir. It sounds to me like your new wife is a better fucking person. It sounds to me like your old wife belonged to the streets anyway. So, fuck
Actually,
it,
she
bro.
belonged in someone else's sheets.
Oh, man.
God.
Hmm.
Fucking solid. Hi.
Ooh.
Am I the asshole for calling off my wife's birthday party after she lied about bringing my daughter with her to the restaurant?
Oh.
You wanna read this one? Arka?
Yeah. Let's go. I'm prefacing this by saying that I, M38, have a daughter, Sandy, F16, with an incredibly sensitive personality and loves to help people. We come from a well-off background compared to her friends, and so for the past few months, she has been doing some charity work.
Hey,
She's
yo, new
cut her
sub.
hair and donated it to cancer patients, pawned her things, and sold some of her expensive clothes / shoes and or gave them away to help out her friends and other families. Now she wears thrift shop clothes, which is something my wife isn't so happy with. She thinks that Sandy was or is painting a bad picture of us as neglectful parents and giving a false impression to people that they were poor, where in fact we're doing well financially. I admit my wife is all about appearances, and recently I started noticing that she's been excluding Sandy from events gatherings because of how she dresses. Okay, so she's like, oh, she's dressing too, like, you know, poor or whatever to be at her fancy events. Okay, that's kind of yikes.
I resonate with
Yeah.
this a little too well right now.
Yeah. I talked to her about it and she said it was all in my head. But last week was my wife's birthday. We celebrated at a restaurant and I asked my wife to get Sandy and meet me there. Although at first she hinted that if Sandy refuses to dress properly, then she wouldn't bring her. But I told her that if she didn't bring her, then we'd have an issue and the party would be called off. So they made it clear. They're like,
You
hey,
fucking warned
know,
her. You said, I
if
don't
we're
give a
not
fuck, it's your
bringing-
fucking birthday, that's my daughter. If you don't bring her,
Yeah.
like, we're not doing shit.
so you got a fair warning right here.
Yep.
So we waited
Uh,
and then I saw.
Here's
Yeah.
something I'm very curious about.
Yeah.
Is the daughter her daughter as well?
This is something that
Someone
they
in a
don't
marriage.
very clarify very well, yeah.
Because that is not a way to act towards your own daughter.
I don't think they are.
It
I don't
could be
think they're
like
related.
daughter sort of thing, you know, right?
Yeah, because he says his daughter, not their daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we waited and then I saw my wife walk into the restaurant by herself. I was mad, I'm not gonna lie. I asked her where Sandy was and she told me that she didn't feel like coming, even though she talked about how excited she was for this party. I had this gut feeling that my wife was lying, so I texted Sandy and sure enough, my wife had given her an ultimatum saying either she had to wear something that matches our class or she wouldn't be allowed to come to her birthday where her friends and family are gathered. I went and called Sandy outside and she was crying. I was furious. I walked inside the restaurant and picked up an argument with my wife and told her family and friends exactly why Sandy wasn't there. My wife looked shocked. She started arguing with me and I ended up calling off the entire event and having everyone else leave early. My wife literally started yelling at me at the restaurant, so I took my stuff and went home. She got back and kept yelling at me for ruining her birthday and making a scene and humiliating her in front of her friends and family. She said that Sandy was acting stubborn and that's on her, but I told her she acted unreasonably by excluding her like that. Sandy was crying because of it, and I felt like this was too big to overlook despite my wife saying that it wasn't a big deal and it ruined her birthday for no reason. She went to stay with her family and won't even reply to my texts. She just reads them but doesn't respond, probably expecting me to apologize for what happened. Am I the asshole? Did I go too far?
No.
So,
Nah.
no, if that's your daughter, then you think they deserve to be involved, especially when they are a good-hearted person. Like, this is the thing about it is, if they didn't preface this with the how the daughter actually lives her life, and it just said she just didn't like how she dressed, I can understand there's some conflict in family without reason. But in this, though her outside appearance may not be what you would expect, the things that she does and the life that she lives is phenomenal. That's like Keanu Reeves level kind of shit. He doesn't dress like he makes millions of dollars on fucking movies. Guy dresses like he picked it up at the dollar store.
And she's 16. That's
Yeah.
fucking... That's
Exactly.
amazing. That's an amazing
It's even
way to
worse,
act
yeah.
someone that young. So, here's my take on this. If you want people to think that you are of high class and that you are elegant and that you are whatever the fuck you think you are, be that fucking person, because nobody can out you for shit.
Yep.
Now, if you want to fucking be a shitty ass fucking person and then act like you're the best person in the world, you are creating your own fucking demise. You ruin that fucking party for yourself. All you have to do is not be an asshole.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. All
But
you
the
have
problem
to do.
is, Fancy comes with that.
This is the same thing with like the brother from before. It's just like, no. Like, yes, I outed you on being an asshole in front of your family and friends and made you look like an idiot, but I didn't make you look like an idiot. You are an idiid.
Yeah, right.
You did that to yourself.
We put it out on the table.
Yeah, you can't be a fucking shitlord, and then pretend like you're, whatever, and then get mad at, that people find out that you're a fucking shitlord. That's on you, bro. That's on you.
Yeah.
You wanna
You're like,
be?
oh, I fucked up,
Yeah.
and now people are mad at me for fucking up. Well, how could you do
How
this to
dare
me?
you do this to me? No. Like, if you don't want people to out you for stupid shit, don't do fucking stupid shit. Be someone that you can be fucking proud of. Don't be whatever the fuck this is.
God.
Like, it depends. Sometimes with like some context, it might not be that stupid
Exactly.
what they did, you know? Like sometimes,
Yeah.
sure, okay, yeah. Then you can
Like
be
I
upset 'cause
said.
it's misrepresented or something, whatever. But like sometimes you're just like, I'm being an asshole straight up, and I and that's it. Then it's
Yeah.
hard to do.
Like, if you're not in a position where you can own it and be like, oh, that little gremlin was dressing like whatever, and then like you know that your family's gonna agree with you, then don't fucking be that fucking person, you fucking dumb bitch. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Like,
And we finally have one with no vote on it. Oh boy.
oh boy, it's gonna be interesting. Am I the asshole for refusing to go home when my husband told me to?
The answer there is no. It's just that line alone.
Yeah?
What? Who does that?
What?
I had an ex like
Yeah.
that. No. Okay, here we go.
I'm
I'm using a throwaway just in case. Okay, yep. My husband,
Oh, no.
33 and male, and I, 27 female, have been married for 2 years. He has a habit of getting me to leave an event early as soon as he gets bored and sees someone he
Oh.
doesn't like come to the event, like my brother. He doesn't outright say it, but pretends to get sick, feel a headache or stomach ache, and force me to go home with him. Soon as we leave, he'd immediately go back to normal and suddenly all the pain and headache go away.
Oh,
He
yeah.
then admitted it's a strategy to get out of boring, undesired events. Thing is, this has been happening way too often and I keep falling for it. More importantly, it has impacted my relationship with my family and friends. I told him many times that he could go home by himself if he doesn't feel comfortable at an event or not trick me into going home with him. He told me that I had to leave with him, otherwise people would ask how he could drive while sick. I told him it's not my problem, and next time he does this, I won't just play along. He smirked at me, and we stopped bringing it up.
Pause for a second. If you have the fucking cojones to fucking tell people, hey, I'm bored, I'm gonna go home, then fucking suck it up. You should have gone in the first place. You fucking
That's just it. It's like, I get uncomfortable at events when I see
Yeah.
certain people, or I get bored and stuff, but I at least have the gall to tell the people there, hey, I'm really not feeling it here. I am not having a good time. I'm gonna go. You know?
Hey, you say I'm not feeling it. Like you're like, oh man, like I just, I had enough. I'm gonna go home. Whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I've had enough.
You gotta be like, I'm sick. I'm actually dying. I need to go now.
Oh god, I can barely
Oh god,
stand.
I need medical assistance. Good thing I have a
Yeah.
fucking family of doctors at my house. Anyway, I gotta go, and my wife has to come with me. Bye. Like, no, it's not like that. That's fucking like, yeah. He sounds way too insecure about leaving his wife on her own. That does sound like a big part of it.
That's another thing too. Is
But,
he seems a
like-
little like.
I honestly think that's what it is. It's usually a very strong manipulative strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
So-
that like he wants her to come with or it's an excuse. He just doesn't want to leave her by herself
Yeah.
somewhere because he's
Yep.
insecure about it.
Yeah. It's, no.
Been there. On the receiving end, not the person doing it. 2 days ago was my sister's 18th birthday. It was obviously a huge event since she's the youngest in the family. Tom first said he wouldn't go, then asked me not to go as well because he was feeling sick. Sick from what? Didn't specify. I said no and gave him the option to stay home, but he got dressed last minute and went with me. We got there, I went to stay with my parents and saw my sister. About 15 minutes later, Tom came up to me saying he was feeling nauseous and told me to go home with him because he was feeling sick. I figured he just got bored and was pretending to be sick to get me to go home with him, just in case he didn't like the party. I told him no, and that he needed to stop these games, because this was my sister's birthday. He swore he was sick, but I refused to go. He then gave
Yeah,
me a
he was.
nasty stare. Then at dinner, we all sat down to eat, but he didn't. Oh my god, he's a giant toddler.
Literally.
Yeah.
Kept staring
Okay.
and then started moving in his chair, and a few minutes later he dropped down and started throwing up near the chair. Everyone got up from
Oh.
their seats and Dad went to help him up immediately. I couldn't believe it as I stood there as Mom and Dad helped him up while he shouted, "She knew I was sick. I told her I was sick and needed to go home."
Okay.
but she just wouldn't believe me. Everyone heard this and stared at me. I felt guilt, shame, embarrassment, especially with how my dad looked at me to confirm his statement. It was horrible. Dinner was cut short, and I had to drive him home. I got berated by both family and him, and they called me neglectful with no empathy to refuse to listen.
Pause. Neglectful? That's a fucking grown-ass human being. What the fuck are you on? What do you mean?
Let's finish what they're saying, yeah. He's been upset with me about what happened and refused to talk except to say that it's my fault the party was ruined for everyone. I can't even talk about it with my about what my sister thinks of this since this was her party. The only problem I have here, this is the biggest problem I have here out of everything in this conversation. Not just him being a child, her family.
Yeah.
They didn't bother to ask her about the situation. They didn't bother to figure out what was going on. They just immediately alienated her. And that's my problem with that situation.
Yeah, that's
They didn't confirm anything. They're just like, you're a bad guy.
Have you heard of the boy that cried wolf?
Exactly.
I was thinking the same thing. I was actually thinking the exact same thing.
That's what this is.
Yes.
He might have. What if he was actually sick this time? Okay, cool. But like he faked it like 30 other times. So why would?
That's just the problem. Exactly.
I think my exact response to this was, "That's what you tell me every time." Then you go home and you tell me that you didn't like the party.
Yeah.
But
that's what I would yell back after this. She knew I was sick. I told her and blah blah blah. Okay. That's what you said the last fucking 10 times, but no, then when you go home and you'd be fine, then you'd tell me you just don't like my fucking family.
So now I see why this doesn't have an answer though, because in one regard, checking to see if someone actually feels sick is an important process in general before immediately committing to that. Yes, I understand the boy who cried wolf thing. He's an idiot. But in the same regard, he did end up actually being sick. However, a part of me feels like that also could have potentially been faked because of the fact that he immediately turned it on her.
Yeah. That's something
it almost feels like planned.
Yeah,
he hit the ground, threw up, was helped up, and basically pointed at her.
Yeah.
like that wouldn't. If I got sick and I fell to the ground, I wouldn't be pointing fingers. I'd be taken to the bathroom and wait till I feel better, and then I'd have a conversation about it. But apparently, this giant 5-year-old.
I get the feeling that he might have like. Yeah.
Planned it,
100%.
Let's see what some of the people in the comments say about that, because it's kind of. I'm really sorry for this guy.
Being graceful post-puke, he took advantage of the moment to humiliate you in front of
That's
family.
just it. Yeah. Exactly.
Which would manipulate him to believing every time he is sick.
Yeah.
Consider divorce.
Yeah, honestly. Consider? Dude, fuck that guy. Give me that.
I'm saying like
I like this. 100% narcissism.
Yeah.
Because the thing I love about mind over matter is you can physically make yourself sick if you think you are. It's something that 100%. Happens all the time. And that guy probably did that to himself.
Yeah. He could have gone to the bathroom when he felt nauseous.
Future, this is ridiculous, honestly. Yeah, like this person saying like I bet his brother includes easy ways to make yourself throw up. There's a lot of ways to make yourself throw up. I have no doubt that's exactly what he did.
Yep. So yeah, the fact that he had the composure and grace to immediately turn the entire situation onto her means it was planned. Because you don't think like that. People don't think like that.
Also, this is kind of like I was saying. Also, he's an adult. Yeah. You don't have access to a bathroom. Couldn't he isolate himself until he got better? Yeah. Like,
he could have felt
better. About the fact that he just threw up and his immediate reaction was, "It's her fault." Yeah, like this is something I have a problem with, a significant problem with, and it is the neglectful. Neglectful of what? My man-child?
Hang on, scroll back up. Scroll back up.
You know.
Scroll up. Scroll up to the top. She's neglectful of the 33-year-old man.
Who's 6 years older than her. Yeah.
Oh, damn. He's 33 and he's acting like that? Goddamn.
No.
Yikes.
No.
Point in case.
No. That's fucking pathetic. That's genuinely fucking pathetic.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, man. What's this? Am I the asshole for not correcting my son when he told his stepfather my husband off? Typically, no.
No, because, you know.
Usually they did something to deserve it, and then
Mhm.
so somebody says something. So
So let's see.
I had to deal with a stepfather growing up, so. Yeah,
All you, Rosa.
I know this. But I read. Wait, who had the last one?
I did.
Fuck, that means it is me.
That's why I said you're up, Rosa.
I have been married to my husband Jeremy since my son Chris was 8. He's now 17. My husband and him have a fantastic relationship despite what the title may sound like. Hey, I've been drinking pussies and I have gas. My birthday is in 2 weeks and I honestly haven't put much thought into it. My husband is not a gift giver. He says he has a hard time figuring out what to get and doesn't want to waste money on something that people won't use. He's also a practical person, whereas I'm by far the sentimental type. So even when he does get me something, it's something I can use every day. Which, no big deal obviously, but I've requested some sentimental pieces and he just never gets them. Okay. I was gonna say, like, up to this point, I kind of get it. Like, I'm with him on that, because I'm kind of the same way. I don't like to get someone anything if, like, you're just gonna sit on a table somewhere or hide in a drawer and they're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not the gift-giving type, I'm not. I'm also not really the gift-receiving type either. But if your fucking wife has requested something, like, just get her something, bro. Like,
Yep.
fuck. So I pretty much gave up on ever asking for anything, and it did really bother me for a number of years, but truly doesn't bother me now, usually. My son graduated a year early, and doesn't start college until next year, so currently he works 2 jobs, his choice. I can relate to that. I've asked him to cut back and enjoy his teen years before adulthood, but working just makes him happy. So he works at a mechanic shop and a junkyard. Most of his buddies
Good
work
combo.
there too. Yeah, that's a really nice combo. So at least he's getting in time with friends. My husband hates spending money and tries inflicting that on us. He lives as frugally as physically possible and saves every single dime that he can. He could retire right this second and wouldn't be able to go through all the money he has saved. What the fuck?
My dad's got a tight wallet, but even my dad's not that frugal with this money.
Jesus Christ. My son comes home last night with 3 of his buddies that work with him, and he's like, I know it's not for 2 more weeks, but I can't wait for you to open this, so please open it now. Him and his buddies are snickering about it, so I thought it would be some gag gift. But much to my surprise, it was a huge, absolutely gorgeous wall piece that has photo frames and shelves built in. My husband immediately was like, wow, how much did that cost? That could have went into the IRA ROS account. What?
I don't know if I said that right. Either way, she doesn't even know if she typed it right, but continue.
Yeah. My son immediately shot cold daggers at my husband and says it's truly none of your business what I do with my money, and since you outright refuse to buy my mother nice things that she absolutely deserves, I will make sure she gets something nice, and for the record, we made this ourselves, didn't cost us anything.
Ooh. Okay. As a person who loves his mother very, very much, I am 100% with this kid.
Tell him, same.
You
I
fucking tell him,
love
but I could burn him alive. Burn him at the stake with that.
fucking
Jesus.
love it. That is so that is so good. That is so good.
I'm
That is a certified, like, ROZA tier line. I love that. Good fucking job, Chris. Good fucking job. My husband just
Jesus
stops
Christ.
talking, looks at me waiting for me to say something, and when I don't, he shakes his head and walks off. After the boys leave, he says I allowed Chris to embarrass him in front of other people, and I should have said something. I simply told him that Chris was right. Am I the asshole?
No. What?
Again, this calls back to what I said before. If someone can embarrass you with words, then you're doing your life wrong. Simple as that.
Literally.
If someone has the ability to embarrass you in front of others, you've fucked up. You did
Yeah.
that. That is wow. Mwah, magnifique.
That was beautiful. He's going to make a woman or whoever he ends up with. I'm not going to assume anything. But he's going to make his significant other insanely happy someday. Because
Yep,
Jesus Christ,
that is a great boy. You should be very, very proud.
that is the best of boys.
You should be very, very, very proud.
And that's the thing, they didn't spend a lot of money on it, whatever. Like, they did it themselves, and the guy was
Exactly.
making and everything,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh wow, yeah, I can't believe you did that." Like,
There's no degree of assholeness from anyone but Mr. Depression era wallet. Yeah. My the Also, for taking my daughter to the restaurant, my stepdaughter forbid us from. What?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is it a strip club? Like, what's the context here?
Why are they like forbidden? They're like you can't go to this fucking Olive
It's
Garden or whatever the
forbidden.
fuck. Like,
Alright,
Yeah,
Arka, this is
honestly.
all you.
Yeah, Arka, take it away.
get that blue shit out of here, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I, female 36, married Jeff, male 39, 2 years ago. He has a daughter, Alicia, from his previous marriage, and I have a daughter, Morgan, from my previous marriage as well. Alicia isn't closer to me nor Morgan, and she always has something to be upset about. For example, when me and Morgan moved in with her and Jeff, she tried to control where we can and can't go. Okay.
Well, that's a
area
start.
was allowed to redecorate and put my furniture in, what room Morgan got, etc. Her excuse was that she wanted to keep the house how her mom left it as much as possible. Jeff asked us to be more patient and that she'd come around eventually.
Okay, so wait, so real
Just
quickly,
in that first paragraph.
she's 16. So this is something I kind of understand.
No. The one who's complaining. Oh no, you're right. It is the older
Yeah,
one.
she's-
Sorry,
she's
I read it backwards.
She's
Yep.
an angsty teen. That's fine.
Yeah.
Everything
And her
up to
mom
this
just
point I
passed,
understand.
stuff
Yeah.
like that, or whatever happened.
Everything up
So,
to this point, I totally understand.
yep.
Okay.
She did come around, but still tries to control other areas of mine and Morgan's life. I had a million conversations that ended up with her throwing a tantrum. Jeff talked to her and told her to not try to control what Morgan and I do ever. And she agreed. Okay, she agreed to it. She's like, yeah, I won't do it.
Okay.
Morgan's birthday was days ago. We planned to celebrate at a restaurant and let Morgan choose which one. She picked a really nice restaurant that isn't over the top expensive, and we agreed that party would be there. However, when Alicia heard which restaurant we were going to, she went off on me and Morgan and said that we can't go to that restaurant because she had tons of memories there of her perfect old family.
Ugh.
And she won't let us taint the memory for her.
Then don't
I
go.
found, yeah, then don't go. I found this beyond illogical and unreasonable. I told her that she could stay home. Yeah, exactly. She doesn't have to go. She could stay home, but she said it wasn't about her being there. It was about the idea of me and Morgan being there with Jeff as family when it used to be her mom, and Jeff. We got into an argument and Jeff told me to tell Morgan to just pick another restaurant, but I snapped and told him Alicia had no right to dictate where me and my daughter go, and he shouldn't be encouraging her. He told me that he wasn't encouraging anything, just trying to keep all parties satisfied. He told me to get Morgan to change the restaurant or he won't go. Oh.
No worries. It's cool. Just me and my fucking daughter. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Go away.
That was
Like,
it for me. I decided I wasn't going to change it just because they wanted me to, and ended up going with Morgan to celebrate with just my mom. Yeah, so that's what you're like, we'll just go ourselves. Fuck them, you know?
Yeah.
Morgan, of course, felt upset her stepdad missed her birthday celebration. When I pointed this out to him, he argued that I literally gained nothing by insisting on this particular restaurant and upsetting Alicia, who's refusing to speak to any of us, even him, and ruined his relationship with Morgan. I said it was Morgan's choice, but he said I was the adult in the situation and failed to navigate through it. Am I the asshole for still going to the restaurant, although Alicia forbid us from it? I just wanted to make Morgan feel like she has a say and right to spend her birthday however she wanted. And yeah, the mom's alive. And Alicia sees her every week, so they see each other pretty often.
Fucking go. Shut the fuck up, dumb bitch.
Okay,
What the
that
fuck?
edit-
Not that bad. Her mom's not
that
bad.
edit is, yeah, I was saying that retracted a lot of the issues I had at the beginning. Was the fact that the mom's alive. Yep. Sorry. I
She's
was
just being
interrupting.
petty. She's like, I like my mom better. I don't want a new person. That's it.
That's
Yeah.
that's a horrible. I had that mindset when I was like 12, when my parents were getting divorced and stuff. But like, you know, and she was 14 when this started. By the way, remember that story? They say what their ages are now, but they'd been married 2 years at this point.
Yeah.
This all was when they started, so she was 14 at the time.
Yeah.
So the same teenage angst, but the 10-year-old who was trying to celebrate a day with her family is the one that ends up suffering the most.
Yeah. What?
just a little
No,
kid.
no.
No,
Homie, this is
that's-
on you. This is on you. Nothing was stopping you from going, right? Like, even though you didn't go, your fucking daughter's still throwing a fucking fit and won't fucking talk to you. You need to raise your fucking daughter better, you fucking loser.
I was say she won't even talk to him. Like, is it one of those? But Daddy, I said they can't go, and then she blames him because he's supposed to control everything. I guess.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works. Like, your daughter has fucking control issues and you need to fix that.
Veruca from Willy Wonka, anyone?
Yeah.
Literally.
Uh,
Oh, man.
Christ.
Am I the asshole for reporting my daughter's teacher to the principal? This sounds boring. Oh, this is a cool one.
We can keep going and looking at other ones.
This one sounds funny.
Oh,
Am I
here's a
the asshole
good one.
shaving my- Wait, we have an asshole post!
Oh, I'll do that one. I'll do that
Oh,
one.
that one's that?
Oh, it's short too. Oh, short and sweet.
Oh, beautiful.
Perfect. All right. Am I the asshole for not watching my sister's baby so she could take a shower? Do I even have to read this? What the fuck? All right, let's find out. My 19-year-old sister.
No, my, as in she's 19 female.
See, this is why I hate this layout.
Yeah, same.
Me, a 19-year-old, have a sister 25, had her first baby a few weeks ago. My mom sometimes went over to her house to help her out, and my sister would sometimes come over while her husband was at work. The other day she came over and our mom was out doing some grocery shopping. She put the baby down to sleep and asked me to keep an eye on her so she could take a quick shower. I told her that wasn't my responsibility, and she told me that I didn't have to stay with the baby but only check on them in case they were awake. I told her that she can wait till mom comes home to shower and reminded her that she chose to have a baby and not me. She got upset and left to go check on her baby again. My mom came home and went to check on my sister. She later got mad at me, asking why I didn't just help my sister this one time. I told her it wasn't my responsibility and she can't expect me to take care of someone else's baby. There's a lot of context missing here in some regards, but the fact the baby's so new means it wouldn't be an incessant thing like the sister's constantly asking you to watch the baby, so we know that's not a problem.
Yeah.
But in this context, in such a short amount of time, you're an asshole. They ask you
Yeah.
to take 10 minutes to watch the baby in bed. 10 minutes
Just
out of
10
your
minutes.
obviously busy 19-year-old day. I've babysat a lot of nieces and nephews in my time. I go over and hang out with them, keep an eye on them and stuff like that, and it's never felt like a bother to me.
Yeah.
And I'm there for hours.
You're an adult. Come on, man. Like, okay, so for some context, my sister is 6 years younger than me.
Okay.
And I would take care of her when she was like 1. So that my
Yeah.
parents can like spend some nice quality time at parties. Like
Yeah.
I would be in charge of like sitting by her while the other kids went over and had fun. And this bothered me when I was a kid, but like I still fucking did it because my fucking baby says.
Exactly.
That's your niece.
But
Or
it's
nephew.
not her responsibility. It's not
Like-
her baby.
You're a fucking idiot. You're a little old child in a 19-year-old's body. What are you fucking doing?
For a moment. Yeah. Thread is now locked due to access and rule violations.
I wonder
People
why.
are roasting her.
All right, let's hear this. Listen, my dude. If you start with "listen, my dude," you know it's real.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, like this guy
Yeah,
makes a good
like-
point.
Like, she could have asked that of fucking anybody. And they would have been like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll watch your baby for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They could have been a fucking
Yeah,
stranger on the
no problem.
street. Hey, excuse me, ma'am, walking on the street. Can you watch my
I-
baby for like 10 seconds?
I'll say I've done this shit in public. Yeah, it's like what the hell? You see a
Yeah,
baby and like the guy sat down there, a baby stares at you, you smile at him. It's like there's just
Yeah,
courtesies
exactly.
with babies.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro. It's a baby.
the
you're a
fuck
fucking
they ever do to
sociopath.
you?
You're a fucking sociopath for not wanting to fucking like.
Now
hey, you
again,
mess up. Natural human
in the-
instinct to want to protect younger like creatures, like smaller creatures. Like that's
Yeah.
natural.
like I said earlier, if there was if there was a different context to this, it'd be understandable. Like I said, baby's only a few weeks old, but if like I have a problem with people asking me to do something over and over again, especially when it inconveniences me, that's
Yeah.
different. Like if her sister comes over to her house every day and asks her to watch her baby so she can use her shower when she obviously has her own place, etc., etc.,
Right.
and like this is a consistent problem, yeah, I'd say
Yeah,
no after
I
a
get
while.
it, yeah.
But this is the first time she's ever asked her, and you're like, no, it's not my responsibility.
Ugh.
The hell wrong with you?
Yeah.
It was a throwaway account. Good.
Uh,
Oof, wait, hold on. Look at that fucking karma rating. Let's go.
holy shit!
God damn. Alright, let me read this one. This one sounds fun.
Yeah, I bet you wanted this one.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for shaving my head before my cousin's wedding? My cousin, Delaney, 24 female, is getting married soon, and I, 13 female, was asked to be the flower girl in her wedding. You're a 13-year-old girl. Why are you on Reddit? I know I'm a bit
That's where
old
they
for
usually
it.
start.
I know I'm a bit old for it, but I'm the youngest girl and that's how the family. Around a month after being asked to be the flower girl, I was diagnosed with anaplastic ependymoma. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Grade 3.
I got it.
I started chemotherapy and my hair started falling out pretty quick. I called Delaney and asked her what the hell I was supposed to do about my hair. She told me that it'd be fine. Just leave it alone for as long as I could. We all knew my hair was probably not gonna last till the wedding day, and my brother ordered me a wig online. The wig looked a lot like my actual hair. My hair continued coming out in clumps and was getting extremely tangled and was just really uncomfortable, so no one ever told me that losing my hair would be physically painful. Eventually, a couple days before the bridal shower and rehearsal dinner, they happened the same day. Nearly half of my hair came out, and I was so sick of the hot mess that my hair had become that I just cut off. So I got all my hair off. The day of the rehearsal dinner, I wore my wig so that Braylon, the family friend of Delaney, that's a name, had asked to be her hairstylist, could figure out how to style it. Delaney walked in as Braylon was showing me how to use wig glue, and absolutely lost it. She asked me why I didn't have hair, and I told her I have cancer, I lost my hair. But she kept berating me, and eventually I admitted that I had shaved my head because of how awful my hair looked. She called me a selfish brat and said that I didn't have her permission to do anything drastic with my hair before our wedding.
She can't help that. Though.
Say what the hell?
Hold on. Permission?
Yeah, you don't like. Hey, can I? Like, you don't ask permission for that. That's just something that happens.
I have a really big problem with people that are entitled about their fucking cousin's hair. Like, what the fuck are you on?
Right? And I looked into what type of cancer that is because we wanted to know what that terminology was. It's a tumor that grows on the spinal stem that connects into the neck and the nervous system.
God,
Okay,
rough.
yeah.
That's
Yikes.
rough. But,
Yeah, so...
You calling someone a 13-year-old, a 24-year-old is calling a 13-year-old a selfish brat for having cancer.
For having
That's what's
cancer!
happening right now.
Hey,
What
you're
the
selfish.
fuck?
You have cancer. Hello?
How dare you get cancer before my wedding? What? So, okay. Fucking the permission terminology here is mind-blowing.
I do not give you permission to die of cancer at 13.
So-
like,
Okay. I
a chair
never liked
squeak.
having my hair too long. I always liked having my hair about like shoulder length, maybe a little bit longer, right? I've never liked having long hair because it's fucking annoying and blah, 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 blah. Hispanic families expect you to have your hair like really short if you're a guy, really long if you're a girl until you're 15, and then you can cut it.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And so I've kept my hair this length forever. It's the length I've always liked having it, and blah blah, right? So my dad, growing up was always very like homophobic. He's not like that anymore, and I feel like he's grown as a person a lot in his older years. But like when I was growing up in like my teenage years, he was very like that. And it was kind of really annoying. And so he'd make fun of me for having like shorter hair. So I remember one time when I was really young, he told me that like I'm his kid, so I have to have my hair how he wants it. I can cut my hair how I want when I'm an adult.
Hold up.
I can cut my hair how I want when I'm an adult. And I was like, excuse you, motherfucker. It's my hair.
Yeah.
I didn't come out of your fucking womb. If anyone has to say on it, it's my fucking mother. For one. But like, even then, I'd tell her to go fuck herself.
That's it. I'm getting me mallet.
No. I don't give a fuck who you are. You don't fucking live with me anymore, even. You, like...
Yeah.
So I would see my dad on Sundays when I was growing up. And eventually it turned into every other Sunday, and eventually it turned into one Sunday of the month, and eventually it turned into, like, once a month. Like, every now and again. But yeah, so, like, for a long time when I was really young, like, it was, like, every week he'd tell me something about my hair. And he'd tell me I had to have it a certain way. And it got to the point where I was like, look, I don't fucking care what you think. I don't. Why is Rosa great today? Because it's Father's Day, and I have a mustache because I'm your dad.
Yeah.
Are you winning, Disco? Wait, Disco, you're mommy. Can I be daddy? Never mind that. Sorry. But yeah, and so like, yeah, I have a really big problem with people pretending like they have to give you permission to do shit with yourself. Like, you're my dad. I thought I was your mommy. I'm confused now too. Disco, I'm confused too. Fuck. You've ever been called daddy or Papi Rosa? Please call me Papi Rosa. Please. God. But yeah, that's fucking wild.
Jesus Christ.
Don't ever let anyone tell you what you have permission to do unless it's the cops. Even then, double check.
So, by the way, it has dawned on me that I keep reading the "Am I the Butthole" abbreviation as Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I hate myself for it.
I was having that problem as well. Like, when you first got here, I'm kind of over it now, but...
But I just realized I've been doing it in my head, and I'm like, ugh.
What is this? What is this? I'm curious what this is.
Okay, well, first off, we're starting with sister-in-law. That's fun for telling my sister. This one's Arka, right? Yeah.
Okay, gamer, let's go.
Wait, at a diner. What? Okay.
At dinner, yeah.
At
I
dinner.
feel like an insane person.
Okay.
I had to make a new Reddit here because my sister-in-law follows me on Reddit.
Ooh, your family follows you on fucking Reddit?
What kind of family do you have?
What the fuck? Your
So-
family follows you on Reddit?
Well, the sister-in-law follows him on Reddit, but that I guess the context is that she's obsessed with him, right? So my sister-in-law is obsessed with me, I swear to God. We've known each other for 7 years when I started dating her brother, and from the start I got weird vibes from her. She asked me where I got a certain piece of clothing or jewelry, then buys the exact same ones. If I dye my hair, she dyes her hair the same color. Okay, if I post on Instagram about a certain restaurant, she will go there the next day or the same week. I got a new hairstylist and tagged her. Quick edit, I tagged the stylist, not my sister-in-law, on Instagram. A few months later, I visit her again. She thanks me for sending her a new client. Guess who that was? I posted a photo of my room a month ago. The next time I visit her place, she had the same sheets. It says she had them for ages and it's a coincidence. Oh yeah, we happen to have the same thing. These kinds of things happen all the time. Sometimes I'll run into her at the grocery store and she'll ask what I'm picking up and I tell her and she says, oh, how funny, me too, and buys the exact same thing as me. I've had people tell me they say they saw her and thought she was me because we dress so similar and have the same hair. I wish I didn't have this here.
Pause. Hold on a second, wait, pause.
Yeah.
She fucking like skin crawler, she's trying to become you. What the fuck? What is happening?
You're trying to become you, bro. Literally. I wish I didn't have to see her, but the kicker is our husbands are best friends and business partners, and they live 2 blocks away from us. I brought this up to my husband since the start, and we both talked to her, and she either denies it and says it's all a coincidence. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
she
no.
She thinks I have such good taste that she can't help it. She's like, you know what? You just have really nice shit, and I like it. That's all. And promises she'll stop and never does. My husband realizes it's frustrating for me, but he ultimately says it's harmless, and she's his sister, so he can't just cut her off. For compliment.
I mean, that much is true. Like, as they say, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. You know?
But stalking is a whole other level.
Yeah.
Don't fucking post where you're going on fucking Instagram. Like,
Yeah, but if you feel safe around you should feel safe around your family.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you're posting and you get a weirdo following you, that's different. When it's your relative doing it, it's 10 times as creepy.
Yeah, it is weird, though.
I don't know. I'm kind of like, whatever.
You
It's not really affecting you that bad.
Well, we'll see where it gets to the affecting part, because I think this next part is where it gets...
Yeah.
it gets
Okay.
ugly. So
Okay.
The other day, she asked me what shampoo I use, and I refused to tell her because I knew she was just going to buy it. But she started crying, and my husband just told me it's not a big deal. So I told her after she assured me that she wasn't going to buy it, that she was just curious because my hair is always so nice. Yesterday, when we went over to their place for dinner, and I used the washroom and decided to check my suspicions, so I looked in the tub and saw she bought the same shampoo.
Concept. Tell her a different shampoo, you forehead.
Honestly. No, because then the husband can call her out for lying.
See,
Because
here's the
obviously
thing.
her husband sides with his sister.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you do that, you're like, oh, she's testing something. And lo and behold, look what she bought.
I would have told her nair so she just washes her hair out.
That's horrible.
There we go. I was so frustrated that I brought the bottle to the table and in front of our husbands told her that she's not allowed to buy the same shampoo as me and that this shit has got to stop, or else I will cut her and her husband off regardless of what my husband says. I will never see them again. Obviously, my husband said I embarrassed him and she started crying and we left. I may have overreacted, but the situation is making me crazy. My friends who know about this said I overreacted, but it's understandable because of the position I'm in constantly. My husband wants me to apologize to her, but I don't want to. Okay, so I forgot to mention something important. I have her blocked on Instagram and my account is private, but she has a secret account to follow him because sometimes she'll mention things I posted, like that I went to the beach and didn't tell her the next time we hung out. She asked if I had a nice time at the beach. I asked my husband if he told her and he says no, he denies it. Okay.
Okay,
It's even creepier.
This is a weird one because, like, on one hand, like, yeah, she's fucking stalking you. That's fucking weird as shit, dog.
Yeah, she's always like talking about her and
But on the other hand, like, who fucking cares? Like, this is a fucking comedy to me.
But there are, you know what it could also be, and this is probably the creepier part that no one, I think, is looking at here, is what if her husband really likes her? So she's trying to be more like her because he likes her.
That's
yo?
that's true. That's a possibility.
I have seen relationships where somebody is more attracted to someone else that they're close with.
Girl.
Yes.
She's Jesse's girl, and now she wants to be Jesse's girl too.
Yep.
Oh god.
So her brother is with her. Oh my god, it's really complicated talking about this. But the sister-in-law is obsessed with the brother's girlfriend because her husband likes the brother's wife. That's one of the things that runs through my mind there, because that is something I have seen in real life before, and it's weird.
Yeah, this is something that, like, this is not the way I would have gone about that. Like, this is kind of a fucked up way to do it.
Yes, that part she went way out at the bringing it to the table. Bam! Don't find my shampoo.
That's a little out of pocket, bro.
Yeah, that was on the line. You're an adult, but like,
I thought that was weird.
But the thing is, as well, she had been setting the line repeatedly.
It's a tipping point where it's like it's happened over and over again.
I'm biased because I've gone through the same thing.
Okay.
Really, I believe I was the one seeing it. Point it out. No, but the way I got rid of her. My cousin's a tattoo artist, so she told me to get a fake tattoo and pretend it was real, then post a picture of my fresh new ink on my social media. Her friend suggested what kind of tattoo.
Already on it.
Symbol. Location. Top left foot because it's one of the most painful spots to get tattooed on. According to one friend. The friend of my cousin allowed us to use his tattoo shop, take the pictures, social media posts, to make it more believable. The top of my foot was smacked a couple times already to redden the skin. Hours later, my fresh new tattoo was revealed on Instagram. A whole 4 weeks later, guess who had a new tattoo on her foot? About a week later, I wore sandals to an outing with friends. Temporary tat was gone by then. Guess who looked like she had shitted a brick after I told her about the fake tattoo? I received a long text thread from the unhinged nut several hours later to be a huge bitch. I ended up forwarding the text to another BFF who was very shocked.
Let's go. Actually,
that female ended up ghosting us all afterwards.
That's great.
Who the fuck copies your fucking tattoo?
So I looked up what an Andirkrest symbol is. It's a type of the type of symbols you would see on certain I want to say Eastern carpets and rugs and stuff. Different types of symbols and stuff like that.
That sounds so painful.
It's a dark, filled-in symbol too. They're not like long strings. They are filled.
This is my favorite kind of bamboozle, the permanent kind.
Yeah, permanently bamboozled. Oh shit.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is the epitome of petty revenge right there, and I love it.
That was fucking amazing. Holy shit, this is a fucking weird one. Why do people do that? It's so strange.
Just copy people. Tell her you're in therapy. Hopefully she copies you and gets some help.
Damn, hey yo, that's genius. Yeah, but like, hey, I've been going to therapy. I want to talk about this stuff, you know, and then they're like, oh, okay, let me go too. Hey yo. Actually smart.
Oh
Hello?
man, that's genius. That might just work.
That's how you get her some help because you.
Oh, beautiful.
Alright, let's check the good old motto before we end, because it's been over an hour and a half, which is typically how long we go.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Let's take a peek, yeah?
I can't read this. Hold on. Wrong one. There we go. Why also? That was you, Arka.
Yo.
But we did get one actual one. Hold on. My favorite question is, ever had a Texan barbecue platter?
No.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Sadly, the hilarious part is you can say you don't know what that is by definition, but once you see it, you're probably like, oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
That is the most American plate I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I want so bad.
So the question
Holy
here is, have you
shit,
ever
I want
ordered
so
from
bad.
KFC, apparently? Because, like...
No, there's fucking meat on there.
all I eat is meat, so...
Not like
Meat and
shitty white
pizza.
chicken meat, but like meat. Good meat. Now I'm fucking hungry. Now I want a fucking Texas fucking
God
barbecue
damn.
tray. What the fuck?
And the correct answer is no, I have never...
Neither have I. Arka?
Yeah, I haven't. I have not.
Fuck. We all need to
I don't
get...
think any of us... Actually, yeah, I don't think any of us can eat that entire thing ourselves.
I 100% could. Speak for your fucking self. I
Rosa
You
could.
can't even eat an entire pizza by yourself. We had this conversation the
can.
other day.
Yes, I can.
You just said
What do
you
mean?
couldn't the other day. We had a whole
Yes, I
conversation
can.
about
I've
it.
done it before a bajillion times. I've had 2 actually in one sitting.
Yeah.
Okay, now we need to talk about the help you need.
True.
Alright, guys. Let me. Blah. Gone. Oh, I make it go away.
No.
Okay. I think I zoomed in the background. Just a tad by accident. I think. I can't tell. No, I didn't. It looks fine. Oh, yeah.
Can't believe you've
Alright.
done this.
With that, chat, thank you all for stopping by. This has been The Devil's Advocate. With your hosts, Grandpa Rosa, and our Kagami, and our guest Devon. I really liked the subreddit thing that we did. We just kind of went through posts and talked
Yeah.
about them. That was a lot of fucking fun. I think that was definitely better than the news articles. What do you think, Arka?
Yeah, I like this one. There's a variety of stories and stuff, and you can. We have comments about it, so that's cool. Like, there's different sides you can take, so that's nice.
Yeah. I think we should stick with that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can hop around different subreddits if anyone knows any other good ones that we can hop into. Let us
Yeah.
know. Wow, you can add us at
G Papa Snake.
_podcast. Oh. Hello, Possums. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate you. But yeah, you can add us on Twitter. You can hop into the Devil's Advocate section of our Discord. Let me post
Yeah.
Asahara, I am not a cookie.
That's my Twitter, but you can also just add me. That works too. But we do have a Devil's Advocate, but yeah, Advocate Twitter now, which I need to make like a little layout for, so I can show it off and people can go and look at it. But yeah, like let us know if you guys like know any other like really good subreddits we can hop into and check out next time. I know we did 2 back to back. That's just because of my fuck up. But from now on, it's gonna be bi-weekly as originally intended. So I will
Oh, yeah?
see you all again. Well, the Devil's Advocate Council. We'll see you all
Council.
again.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see
Maybe
you all
someday
again
you can
soon.
kidnap me again. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hell
Who knows?
yeah.
We might bring Devon on again. He's a very, very fun guest. Oh yeah, also let me know who you guys think that we should have as a guest as well. So we can bounce around a few ideas. I was thinking Jazz for our next guest. I'm thinking we can have a guest once a month. So like every other episode or something like that. That could be fun. What do you think, Arka?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good. Yeah, yeah, we could even do interviews and those kinds of things.
Fuck yeah. Alright.
Heck yeah.
That. Have a nice rest of your night, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.